Namaskar. In the temple, as we enter, we have seen the Gopuram, the Kalasa, the Dwajastambha and Balibhedam. Beyond this is the Vahana. Vahana means a vehicle. Each deity has a specific Vahana. Nandi for Shiva, Garuda for Vishnu, Lion for Durga, Peacock for Kartikeya, a mouse, Mushika for Ganesha, dog for Bhairav, and so on. We have lots of stories from the Puranas about how each one of them got eligible to become the Vahana or vehicle for that deity. In this video, I would like to approach the yogic perspective of a Vahana. A temple being constructed according to the Agama Shastra is a micro replica of the cosmos to match with the human body. This is called as the Vastu Purusha Mandala. The yogic essence of a temple can be put in one word as Tattvamasi, meaning you or that. That which is inside the sanctum is the same as that which is inside you. But we know in our experience that is not true. There is a journey for the individual to travel from wherever they are to reach that state of divinity or godliness which the deity is in. For this journey, many methods and spaces were created. Sadhana, spiritual practices; Kshetra, consecrated spaces; Sangha, community of like-minded people aimed towards supporting each other towards attaining that inner state. Kshetras or temples and consecrated spaces designed for self-transformation and evolution of an individual. It is established in multiple levels to be beneficial for different kinds of people. For devotees, singing bhajans, listening to pravachans and talks on scriptures. For Kriya Yogis, as a place for their sadhana. For Karma Yogis, to participate in the activities of temple and community, and so on. Where does the Vahana come into the picture for an individual on the yogic path? As I mentioned earlier, the Vahana is the vehicle or medium for the individual to get to that state of divinity or energy of the deity inside the sanctum. So how does this work? Usually these things are not spoken about in the yogic tradition. I would not want to reveal all the details as it would destroy the possibility of the individual to subjectively explore and realize the elements that are discussed. But let's look at a few physical pointers that one can observe. Let me explain the way one of my grandfathers used to explain about Nandi. When you go close to a bull, Nandi, what is the most prominent thing you would notice? A live bull. It is the breathing of the bull. Similarly, in the temple, the Nandi represents the breath. You can observe the Nandi's leg position could either be left leg extended and right leg tucked in, or the right leg extended or both legs tucked in. Siddhars in the Tamil tradition use the word kal for breath and also for leg. For example, when they say, fold your right leg and extend the left, valadu kaal madakki idadu kaal neetiye, that's how they say it. That would mean block your right nostril and breathe through the left. If the Nandi has its left leg extended out and right leg tucked in, then it indicates that one needs to make their left nostril, Ida, dominant before stepping into that space. It is also an indicator to the nature of the consecration that's been done inside. I am assuming here that you all know that the dominance of our breath alternates through the right and the left nostril every 40 minutes to 120 minutes or so. Medically, they call it the nasal cycle. This varies between individuals, and for the same individual also, it varies during different times of the day. The effect of the left and the right nostril dominance on the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system has been sufficiently researched and established. We will go into it in detail in another video. Here the point is that the Nandi or the Vahana points to which nostril side has to be dominant before entering the space. This is to make the system best receptive and to be in tune with the consecrated deity in the sanctum. Now, how to change the breath dominance from one nostril to another? There is an elaborate practice called pranayama, which means having mastery over one's prana. Just like the way one puts hours of preparation before attempting a deep sea diving kind of feat. Similarly, an elaborate practice over many years is required to gain mastery over one's prana, and in turn, the breath. Once somebody has mastery of prana, they can change the flow of prana at will and hence the breath. But for others, simple practices like Nadi Shuddhi or Anulom Vilom can be practiced to balance oneself before entering the space. Culturally also, there are postures which can enable shifting dominance of breath in either nostril. Next is the turtle in front of the Nandi. In nature, when anyone approaches a turtle, it withdraws all its 4 limbs into the shell. Similarly, once you enter the temple and you have tuned the flow of breath in the appropriate nostril, Now it is time for pratyahara, meaning the withdrawal of the senses, not letting the mind wander around, to withdraw it and make it into a one-pointed focus. This tortoise is also called as kurma. In yogic path, kurma nadi is said to be one of the important nadis. Nadis being the energy pathways in the body. The Yoga Sutra says, kurma nadiyam stairyam, meaning when samyama is done on the kurma nadi, it gives the ultimate stability and mastery of the body, mind and energies. Those are highly advanced yogic practices. The other vahanas also indicate to what intensity or nature your energies have to be prepared to be in tune with the deity. For example, lion being the vahana for Durga, it indicates one has to raise their energies to become ugra like a lion. There are yogic and tantric methods to accomplish that. It is also said that each vahana is housed differently. The Nandi is never enclosed by walls, at the most with a mandapa with pillars covering only the top. Garuda, on the other hand, in front of Lord Vishnu's sanctum, is always placed in an enclosed structure. When I asked for the reason, I was told that because Garuda is a bird and by its very nature it wants to fly away and hence it is enclosed. But we don't know the real meaning behind it. So the next time you enter a temple, make sure you go close and observe the vahana. And you know what to do. And if you're not a yogi but you are there just as a devotee, just touch and bow down to the vahana and move on. See you in the next video. Namaskar.